Good morning. This is psychic medium Danielle Garcia, and I have your energy forecast for this week. Today is July 6th, 2020, and how y'all feeling? We've just gone through an eclipse, a full moon, a big portal of energy opened over the last weekend, along with COVID, riots, political unrest, etc., 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 right? So there's a lot of vibes going on right now. So let's see if we can move through those together, right? Just within this last hour, the Schumann resonance has spiked to 99. That's significant. Lots of empath sensitives waking up with migraines, body aches today, feeling a little edgy, well, more than a little edgy, since about Thursday, Friday, when all this buildup was coming in for the eclipse. So there's lots of stuff going on. Now, what do you do as a sensitive? What do you do as an empath when these energies start hitting, back to back to back, and you just don't feel right? Well, a big thing about this is observing. Once again, what are you tapping into? And how's your body reacting? How's your mind reacting? How's your soul reacting? Sometimes it's important to just disconnect, cocoon inward, and just take care of you. So if that means shutting the TV off, if that means meditating, praying, getting a massage, going for a walk, going for a run, doing some yoga, watching, some uplifting YouTube videos, whatever that is for you. Go play with your rocks. Make sure you stay hydrated. Lay on the ground. Put your feet in the grass for a while. Things like that, help us to release and rejuvenate. Think about, you have 100% of your energy to use, right? That's all you got, 100%. So if you're giving 40% over here and 20% over here and 5% over here and 10% over here, well, your body's not left with a heck of a lot of energy to run off of, let alone your mind, your soul. And my guides are kind of tapping me on the shoulder saying, are you listening to this? Because it happens to everybody. I have yet to find anyone that is, in a daily spiritual practice where they're 100% all the time. And I'm sure that there are some people out there, and God bless them, I strive to be that way. But sometimes it's a little difficult, and maybe it's my justification. You wake up feeling like crap, or you got a headache, or your body aches, or whatever else. You can get wrapped up in that, and you can get wrapped up in those lower vibes. So what can we do to stop being wrapped up in that crap, right? First step is realizing it. Okay, yes, this feels like crap, whether it's energetic, whether it's emotional, whether it's physical, spiritual, whatever. Okay, feels like crap. 2, I don't like feeling like crap. What can we do to change that? Well, cut cords with the crap as much as you can. Do something about it. Don't just sit there and keep spinning that hamster wheel of crap over and over and over and over again, because your 100% that you got is going to start plugging into 100% of crap, and that doesn't feel so good. There are obviously things that are outside of our control, but when we know these different energies are present in our world right now, we don't necessarily need to vibe with them, do we? We can rise and raise above that. Think of your plan. Always have that backup plan. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you're feeling crap? What are you going to do when you're feeling fear? What can you do to take control over your 100% of your energy? That's very powerful, isn't it? Because sometimes things happen that we do have no control over, but we can control our response to it. Even if it's a headache, even if it's feeling like crap, there are things that we can do to rectify that, or at least to make it better, or at least to step away and step out of that, if only for a brief moment of time. Think about your backup plan. Strategize. That's a big word, right? Strategize. What are you going to do? What are you going to do if? A lot of us think about, okay, I know what I'm going to do if I catch a flat on the way to work in the morning because I'm always carrying a spare tire in my trunk. But we don't necessarily think, what am I going to do if my energy depletes? What am I going to do if I feed into fear too much? What am I going to do if I feel powerless? We don't necessarily think about what tool we're going to bring out to make sure that we can fix that, right? So start thinking and think outside the box. There's so many spiritual tools, there's so many logical tools, there's so many physical tools that we already have available to us, but yet we don't necessarily take the time to use them, right? So think outside the box, strategize. What am I going to do if? This portal that opened up and started opening up on Thursday made the veil incredibly thin. Lots of people were having dreams, getting downloads. Some of us experienced paranormal activity. Lots and lots and lots of stuff going on. Many people were in overdrive since last Thursday. If that's happened to you, sort it out. Sort it out. Ground back into your body, take the positive learnings and blessings from the experience, and let the rest go. This is a time this week to harmonize, to balance out. You know, the energies have just been like a roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down. Earlier today when I checked the Schumann resonance, it was half of what it is right now. So things can change in the blink of an eye. And you can't always predict that, but you can manage along. You can go with the flow when needed and necessary. And let me tell you, it's frickin' needed and necessary right now. If all of us lose our shit all at the same time, that's not very productive, is it? And we're all going to be feeding and vibing off the crap, right? So now is the time to balance. Now is the time to harmonize. A lot of us have been hit with the physical impact of this energy. So what are you doing for your body this week? Are you getting out and moving? Are you hydrating? Are you eating grounding foods? Because your body is going to react to what you are fueling it with. And it always has reacted with what you fuel in your body. But for whatever reason, the vibe has been set with the eclipse and the full moon and the retrogrades, etc., where physical response to fueling is huge this week. If you've noticed that you're overly sensitive to foods that normally you wouldn't be overly sensitive to, that's why. So take a look at that. How is your body reacting? How do you feel after you eat certain things? Are you feeling super tired? Are you feeling invigorated? Are you feeling queasy? Take note of all of those different things. And this week, focus on your physical body, how you feel, what you're fueling your body with. Because what you fuel your body with is energy, right? It's good or bad. It's positive or negative. There's no in between there. And as we all know, our physical affects our mind, which affects our spirit. You have the trifecta here, right? One affects the other. So we can't find that harmonic balance just in the physical, just in the mind, or just in the spirit, because all of those different things affect one another. Grounding is super huge this week, and that's why focusing on the body is so very, very important. Forgiveness also comes up this week. So who are you ready to forgive? What are you ready to let go of? What's been weighing you down that you're just so over and done with? Think about that. Think about one person, one situation, one thing in your past that you are ready to let go of. Something small, something large, doesn't matter. Just allow yourself to let go of that. And if it means you need to process that a little bit more, something that I highly recommend doing is a write and burn. Write a letter to that person, write a letter about that situation, and just emotionally vomit all over the page. Say every 4-letter word you need to, if you need to, and get it all out. The good, bad, the right, wrong, the indifference, the anger, the rage, the fear, the overwhelm, the sadness, the betrayal, whatever it is. Get it all out. Take it outside to a fire-safe pit. Light it on fire and stand out there and watch it burn until it turns completely to smoke and ash. And then wipe the slate clean. Let it go. Cut the cords. I am done. I am over with this. I release it to Creator God, the universe, Buddha, whoever your higher power is. I am done. I'm over with this. I release fully and completely. I forgive. I forgive myself. I forgive this other person. I forgive the circumstance. I let it go. And take a deep breath in, and as you exhale out, just release. Let it go because it's not serving you anymore. Preserve the positive knowings, understandings, and blessings of what you learned from that circumstance, what you learned from that person, the boundaries that came into play. And become a bigger, better, brighter person for going through that. Not looking at this as, oh my God, this happened to me, this person took advantage of me, I'm a victim, I'm disempowered. Take your power back by taking control of your emotions, taking control of your feelings, taking control of your energy and reactions. Now, forgiveness, for a lot of people, they throw it around, like they're passing the salt at a dinner party. To me, forgiveness is sacred. If you're not ready to enter that moment of forgiveness, then don't do it. Because if it's forced, then from my perception, that can actually do more harm than good. For some situations, for some people, for some relationships, forgiveness comes in layers. It's not just a, one-hit whammy. It has to happen in different layers. Maybe there's certain situations in your relationship with a person that you have to forgive one at a time. So search your heart out, search your gut out for what feels right for you. What feels the highest, best good at that given moment in time for you to let go of, you to release, and you to forgive. This is also a big week about connection, how our energy impacts others and how the energy of others impacts us. It's time to focus in the awareness of that. Because even when we're driving in our cars and somebody cuts us off and we have road rage about that because we're already pissed off because the 8 other things that were overwhelming happened, that affects everybody else, believe it or not. Because we're angry and we're pissed and we're worked up in the situation and the moment, or the people that are in the car while you're expressing that road rage become affected. So think about how your energy is affecting everyone around you and how the energy of others you surround yourself with is affecting you. And again, take notice of that. What can you do? What's your strategy? Okay, if my significant other freaks out and goes on a rampage and ranting page, I should say, about, something that happened at work, and I'm an empath and I'm feeling it, and oh, it hurts in my heart, and I'm feeling muscle aches and everything else. Okay, well, you can be the sponge, you can be the target, or you can clear, shield, protect, suit up, and still be there as a sounding board for the rage that your significant other is expressing and not absorb it. It's a choice. It's absolutely a choice. So I'm going to draw some cards in regards to the energies coming in this week. I chose a deck that I really, really like. It is Mystic Art Medicine, Oracle Cards and Tools for Transformation. Who is the author on this? I'm not finding that readily, but here is the cover. And I'm sure you can look that title up on Amazon and find it. I'm just going to draw 3 quick cards to see what comes in per this deck for the energies of this week. And when I'm shuffling, I just shuffle until I hear a stop, or sometimes they tell me a number, and sometimes cards just fly out the deck. So let's see what comes up. The first card, new growth. Well, that's definitely all about this week, right? So new growth. Look at this picture. This woman appears to be standing in a field of sorts. She has her arm outraised. She's standing wide stance, opening up to all of the possibilities. There's a sacred symbol above her. This looks like a medicine wheel to me, noting the directions of north, south, east, west, above and below. So this is about connection. This is about new growth. How are you connecting? What are you connecting to? How is it affecting you? What are you ready to release? What are you ready to let go of? Because every time we release something that's icky and low vibe, guess what? We're creating space for bigger, better, brighter energy in our life, right? Or you could just leave that space empty and welcome in more crap. Totally a choice, right? Second card that comes up, abundance. Ooh, white buffalo. Beautiful card. I really, really love the illustration in this, and I'm sure what I'm showing you probably isn't coming as clear as the cards. And we have a repetitive symbol here. Again, medicine wheel shows up in here. So white buffalo is out in the plains. There's 2 other white buffaloes behind him, along with a woman standing guard over white buffalo, which I'm being told is white buffalo calf woman. So white buffalo is very, very sacred. It's mystic. It's powerful. It's unique. White buffalo represents starting over, connecting to spirit, soul, realms, creator on a very high vibrational, energetic wavelength. So think about this week, abundance being not just abundance as in finances, but abundance of spirituality, abundance of good health, abundance of connection, abundance of positivity. You are what you create, is what they are saying. And one last card to complete our draw. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Like I said, sometimes they fall out. Okay. I can't make this up. Last card in the draw. Perseverance. Perseverance. So here we have a person hanging tight. It looks like this is a rock, a cliffside, a hill. All of the stuff going on around them, but still they persevere. They're hanging on tight. They're grounded. So what I'm getting in regards to this card is that it is time to persevere. It is time to persevere no matter what is going on around us. And how do you find that perseverance? You find it inside. And you find it through your connection to spirit. If you allow energies outside yourself that are full of fear and negativity and anger, you will collapse. You will be impacted spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. The way that you persevere is you allow that connection to source. You bring through your higher self. You connect to spirit, not just each and every day, but each and every moment. Keep that Aka cord connection that silver thread that connects us to the other side, to our soul. Keep that constantly in mind. Use that as your lifeline, especially now with everything that's going on. There are always blessings to be had. There are always blessings around. Allow yourself to see truth. Allow yourself to see light. Allow yourself to persevere. Have a blessed week.